Welcome back to Logic Unlocked. This innocent-looking double integral holds a deep secret connecting calculus to one of the most celebrated problems in mathematical history. The key to cracking this integral isn't a standard technique. Instead, we'll use a clever substitution with the geometric series. Recall the formula for an infinite geometric series. 1 over the quantity 1 minus r expands into 1 plus r squared plus r cubed, and so on. But this only works when the absolute value of r is strictly less than 1. In our integral, the denominator matches this pattern perfectly. We can set r equal to x times y. The variables x and y both range from 0 to 1, so their product will also stay between 0 and 1. The series condition holds everywhere, except at the single corner where both x and y equal 1. But a single point has 0 area, so it doesn't affect our integral. We're good to go. Let's return to our integral and make the substitution. We will replace this fraction with its equivalent infinite series representation. This transforms our compact fraction into a double integral of an infinite sum. Here's the critical move. Since every term is positive in our domain, we can swap the order of integration and summation. Tonelli's theorem guarantees this is valid. This might look messier, but we've actually turned one hard problem into infinitely many simple ones. Let's expand the power on xy. We distribute the exponent n to both x and y. Now, let's evaluate the integral for a general term n. We need to evaluate this double integral. Notice the integrand is a product of a function of x alone and a function of y alone. This means we can separate the double integral. It splits into the product of two independent single-variable integrals. Let's solve the integral with respect to x first. Using the power rule for integration, we get x to the n plus 1, all divided by n plus 1. Now we evaluate from 0 to 1. Now we plug in the upper and lower bounds. This gives us 1 to the n plus 1, divided by n plus 1, minus 0 to the n plus 1, divided by n plus 1. 1 to any power is just 1, and 0 to any positive power is 0. This simplifies to 1 over n plus 1 minus 0. So the first integral gives us 1 over n plus 1. By symmetry, the integral with respect to y gives the same result. Multiplying these together, our double integral for the nth term simplifies beautifully to 1 over n plus 1 squared. Now we can substitute this simplified expression back into our infinite sum. Our entire complicated double integral has reduced to this elegant infinite series. To make this more familiar, let's reindex. Let k equal n plus 1. When n starts at 0, k starts at 1. As n goes to infinity, so does k. The sum transforms from n equals 0 to infinity into k equals 1 to infinity. With this substitution, the series takes its famous standard form. Let's write out the first few terms. 1 over 1 squared, plus 1 over 2 squared, plus 1 over 3 squared, and so on. The sum of reciprocals of all perfect squares. This is the famous Basel problem, solved by Leonhard Euler in 1734. He proved this sum converges to the astonishing value of pi squared over 6. So we've shown our initial integral equals the Basel series. Therefore, we can replace the series with its known value. So our double integral equals exactly pi squared over 6. A beautiful connection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey from a double integral to the Basel problem, give it a like and subscribe for more mathematical adventures.